Welcome to one in a series of videos based on the book Guerrilla Marketing for a Bulletproof Career by J. Conrad Levinson and me, Andrew Neitlich. This video walks you through 12 career success principles for students and new graduates. For more information about the book, please go to bulletproofcareer.com. You'll learn all about it and you'll get exclusive access to free live teleconferences with the authors, free podcasts and MP3 recordings about career success strategies, including how to start your own business, and a bunch of other benefits. So bulletproofcareer.com. This particular video is based on the fourth part of the book, Common Combat Situations. The book includes 4 parts: Getting Combat Ready, 13 Perspectives to Control the Career Battlefield, The Agile Career Guerrilla, which is all about how to be agile in perpetually gut-wrenching economic times, and then again, Common Combat Situations. So let's get into the 12 career success principles for students and new graduates. First, spike in these 2 areas and never worry again. If you look at this graph, the x-axis is the value of your technical or functional skill. The y-axis is the value of your relationships. From now until the end of your career, you constantly want to be moving into the upper right-hand corner of this graph. You want to keep increasing the value of your technical or functional skill, as well as adapting those skills to the needs of the market, and building relationships, people who can help you and send opportunities your way before other people hear about them. If you can spike in these 2 areas, you're going to be set in your career. And there's another video in the series that talks more about this graph. 2, become T-shaped. I'm borrowing the term T-shaped from IBM. They look for people who are what they call T-shaped, where the vertical axis of the T is some form of deep knowledge or expertise. The horizontal axis of the T is about your communication skills, your knowledge of, let's say, more liberal arts type of subjects, essentially the things that make you an interesting person. So they're looking for people with strong communication skills who also have deep expertise in a particular area. So think about becoming T-shaped. Many people are fine when it comes to the horizontal axis, but lack deep skills that make them valuable in the marketplace. Other people have the deep skills, but don't have the communication skills or the broad education to really attract relationships or know how to get things done in an organization despite having the answer in their head. So you want to think about becoming T-shaped. 3, start building your network now. I'm sure you're already doing this, but at this point you want to think about all of the people who can help you in your career. Think of yourself as a talent scout. You're basically building a team. So you want to think about the people you know, the people you should know, inside your school, at internships, at companies, really anywhere you can, where you can start building and nurturing relationships with other people who can help you in your career, and you should be thinking about how you can help them as well. 4, don't obsess about getting that perfect first job. Many graduates, myself included when I was graduating, I used to just obsess almost to the point of driving myself crazy about that perfect first job. In fact, many of my business school classmates did the same thing. And I'll never forget a professor who sat me down and said, Andrew, nobody's first job is a die-on-the-vine kind of situation. In fact, most people are going to move through many jobs in their 20s or right after school. So don't obsess about that perfect first job. No such thing exists. All you can do is find a job where you can learn and where you can keep moving along those 2 axes so that you spike in relationships and skills. Don't waste time obsessing about that perfect first job. 5, I really want to encourage you to have the guts and spirit to try interesting things. I can't define what interesting things means for you, but what I can say is I want you to find something that nurtures you, that is easy for you to find inspiration, that really gets you excited. You're at a point in your life where you're probably unencumbered, where your finances aren't terribly complicated, and you now have an opportunity that you may never have again, which is to try things that really, really excite you. I work with a lot of people in their 40s and 50s who have achieved financial success, but they feel really empty inside. They've been living somebody else's dream, maybe a dream that their parents gave them, a dream that their professors gave them, a dream that they thought they should have, but it was unfulfilling for them. So this is your chance to think hard about a dream that inspires and nurtures you, a dream that's worth fighting for, and doing it now. So please have the guts and the spirit to try interesting things. 6, live simply and frugally. This is a habit you want to start now. As you get older, your expenses are naturally going to rise, for instance, as you have to take care of other family members. This is a great time to get in the habit of living simply and frugally, perhaps to the point where you can save half of your money and start investing it in things that go towards your future. If you live simply and frugally, you're always going to have a career competitive advantage compared to other people who don't, compared to people who keep up with the Joneses, people who get lost in material things. That's not to say you have to live like a monk, but please live simply and frugally. Stay out of debt as much as you can, pay down the debts that you have, put away some savings, and keep your living expenses under control. If you do this, you're going to have many more options than people who don't. 7, perform. There's nowhere to hide in today's economy. No matter what job you have, you need to think about performance. This is particularly true when you're leaving a school where you pay them and moving to a job where they pay you. There's a big difference between paying a school where you can perhaps get away with things that aren't related to grades and academic achievement, which is fine. But once you move into a world where they're paying you, you have to perform. If you don't, you won't last. You won't move up. You won't get the opportunities that continue to advance your career. So perform from day one. 8, at the same time, have a good attitude. Let me show you this grid. The x-axis says whether you have a good attitude or a poor attitude. The y-attitude talks about whether you perform, whether you get good results or mixed or poor results. And let me tell you a story about a friend of mine right out of college when we were both working at the same company. He was absolutely terrible at this job. I'm not just saying this from my point of view. His bosses thought he was terrible as well. But he kept getting another chance. And as I moved up the company and up through the company and he didn't, one day one of my bosses explained why he kept getting other chances. He said to me, look, he gets mixed results, but he has such a good attitude and he's so open to learning and he's so committed to this company that we keep being willing to give him another chance. He's just a pleasure to work with. He has a good attitude. If you have a good attitude, you're going to get that second or perhaps even third chance. You're not going to get those chances if you're a prima donna or you just have a bad attitude while you're learning or getting mixed results. So have a good professional attitude, even if you feel like you have to act a little bit. The benefits are well worth it. So have a good attitude. 9, milk your employer for everything you can, all of the knowledge and experience you can get. Think of your employer as a cow and milk them. They will let you go if the economy starts to go down or if your job is no longer required. They don't have loyalty to you. The only loyalty you should have to them is what you can learn from them, what you can get from them in order to move up and spike in those two areas. Who can they help you meet? What opportunities can they give you to develop your skills? Milk your employer for knowledge and experience. 10, take care of the details. What you see here on the right is a rooster. On the left, you see the word roster. I worked with somebody who could never figure out the details. She sent out a memo to our clients that said, don't worry everybody, the rooster for our meeting will be ready tomorrow. And of course she meant roster. And that sounds funny, but she did this all the time, and we were a consulting firm and we were billing lots of money to these clients. They did not find it funny that somebody could act so unprofessionally and put out memos to them with errors like this all the time. And so they came to question our work, and our whole reputation came under question as a result of this one person's inability to take care of the details. And ultimately, we couldn't put her in front of the client anymore. So take care of the details. Sweat the details. Everything from spelling, grammar, checking your work, etc. Details matter more than ever because more people than ever aren't paying attention to them. You can really set yourself apart by taking care of those minor, seemingly minor details. 11, adapt. When you get into the workplace, you're going to see people of different ages, people with different communication styles. For instance, some just get right to the bottom line, whereas others talk and talk. Others are more motivated by politics. Some are motivated by relationships. Some are motivated by the financial aspects. Others are motivated by the technological aspects. So people process information in different ways. They have different orientations, different values. You're going to see different generations interacting, some who are more comfortable with technology than others. The best thing you can do is adapt. Learn to be flexible. Once you can do this, you can get along with everybody or anybody to make things happen and be seen as a really valuable contributor. So adapt. Be flexible. Don't make other people adapt to you, especially when you're at the low end of the totem pole. 12, finally, develop your own authentic voice. This is a great time to figure out who you are and who you're not. It's a great time to figure out who you want to be, what your dreams are, and essentially come up with that independent voice that's uniquely you, to figure out your talents, your passions, and build on them so you have a fulfilling career and a fulfilling life. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed and benefited from these 12 principles for career success. And remember, visit bulletproofcareer.com and get the book as well as all of the bonuses that come with it.